What's up, Hooked fam? Christian Brummett back for another Tackle Tuesday video. Today we are talking Bassmaster Elite Series 2024. It's only a few months out and it's quite a schedule this year. We're probably going to turn this into like a 2-week, 3-week video, go over the Bass Pro Tour series as well and kind of compare the schedules, see who has the better tournament series this year. But yeah, let's get into it. So the biggest change for 2024 for the Elite Series is everybody's going to have to be on high alert because the Phenom Jordan Lee is back. He was gone for, I think, 3 years with the Bass Pro Tour after his back-to-back Classic wins. Him and KVD are the only ones to ever do that, I'm pretty sure. So, you know, this dude is definitely no joke and definitely somebody the rest of the field's going to have to worry about throughout the season. He very likely he's going to be up there for Angler of the Year, battle him and, the other big guys on tour. But yeah, definitely somebody to keep your eye on this year. So for the first stop of the year, the guys are going to Toledo Bend. They're going to be fishing out of Manny, Louisiana. Before we talk about that, though, I do want to give a huge shout out to the folks over at Buckeye Landing. If you or anyone you know is heading to Toledo Bend for a fishing trip or anything at all, this place, Buckeye Landing, you should definitely check them out. They have an awesome boat ramp. It's not busy. They have campsites and cabins, and the people that run the place are awesome. It's also an official weigh station, so if you do catch one of the lunkers out of the lake, a double digit, I think it's 8 pounds or bigger, this is one of the places you can officially weigh in. So definitely check out Buckeye Landing. I'll have their link to their website and Facebook page and stuff down in the description below. So the first stop of the year is going to be February 22nd through the 25th on Toledo Bend, going out of Manny, Louisiana. Now, this is actually one of 3 locations on the tour this year that I've been fortunate enough to fish. This picture is actually from the Bass Nation Regional Tournament a few years back. This lake is absolutely massive. It's so incredible. There's tons and tons of gigantic largemouth. What's really special is this year they're going there a lot earlier than they typically do, a little bit earlier than they typically do. So it's going to be definitely pre-spawn, starting to get into the spawn tournament, and there should be quite a few double-digit bass pulled out either during practice, and I won't be surprised to see a few weighed in. So this is going to be a huge tournament. I'm so excited for this. It's going to be a big one. All right, so for the second stop of the tour this year, from February 29th to March 3rd, the guys are going to be going to Lake Fork in Texas. This is also going to be a pre-spawn, getting into the spawn tournament, so we'll probably see quite a few double digits or close to it at least pulled out in practice and during the tournament for this one as well. So expect to see some giant females heading up to the beds or up on the beds. We're probably going to see another massive, very fun to watch tournament. So get excited for this one as well. After Lake Fork, the guys will be headed out to Oklahoma to Grand Lake of the Cherokees from March 22nd through the 24th for the Bassmaster Classic. This should be a really badass tournament as well. I did a little bit of research here, so obviously first prize in this bad boy is going to be $300K, so this is a huge, big tournament. Everybody knows that about the Classic, but it's been a while since they've been here. So last time the Elites were here was back in 2018. Kevin Van Dam actually won it, and then everybody knows he's off with the Bass Pro Tour and retiring now. So, but they've had 2 Classics here in the past, back in 2013 and 2016. 2013, Cliff Pace won it. He's not on the Elites anymore. 2016, Edwin Evers won it. He is another Bass Pro Tour guy. So, no worries for either one of them to repeat this year, but oh boy, it should be a really, really exciting tournament. So after the Classic, for the technically 3rd and 4th stops of the Bassmaster Elite Series this year, the guys are going to be down in Florida. First up on April 11th through the 14th, the guys are going to be at the Harris Chain of Lakes, and on April 18th through the 21st, they will be at the St. Johns River. Now, these are the other 2 fisheries on the tour this year that I have been fortunate enough to fish myself in the past. A couple years ago, about 2 years ago, was living down in Florida, actually fished a Bass Nation tournament on both of these. Didn't catch any giants, but did see some giants caught, and I know there are a ton of them in here. Both of these waters are so awesome. So many different ways to fish, and it's just so much fun. So, you know, as everybody knows, Florida has gigantic bass. What's interesting, though, is going to Florida a little bit later this year than typical. So we'll see how that affects, you know, the fish size. The size of the average fish weighed in, I think, might be a little bit less, but who knows? Still might be some, you know, coming out of the post spawn, and we'll see how it turns out. But still going to be some awesome, exciting tournaments, and definitely looking forward to them. Fifth stop of the year is going to be from May 9th through May 12th on Lake Murray in South Carolina. This is going to shape up to be a post-spawn tournament, so we should still see a bunch of big bass being caught, starting to move off away from the banks, off of the beds. Should be a very exciting tournament. A lot of big largemouth should be caught out of this one. Lake Murray's always produces a lot of fish, so should be very exciting. So for the 6th and 7th tournaments of the season, the guys are going to be headed down to Alabama from June 13th through the 16th on Wheeler Lake, and the 27th through the 30th they're going to be on Smith Lake. Now, everybody knows Bama has tons of big largemouth. Lake Guntersville is obviously the most famous, but Wheeler is kind of right up there every year, battling back and forth for the highest average weight on largemouth. Also, Wheeler Lake has smallmouth. So both of these tournaments are going to be awesome. Should be a lot of big largemouth and spotted bass weighed in. Wheeler Lake obviously having the kicker smallmouth. So very excited for both of these. Bama produces huge bass. Should be really fun tournaments. And for the last 2 stops of the tour this coming year, the guys will be headed back up to New York from August 8th through the 11th on Lake Champlain, and August 15th through the 18th on the St. Lawrence River. So they're going to be going after these big old smallmouth. Obviously, the last couple years on the St. Lawrence River has been just unbelievable, with guys pulling in, you know, over 100-pound bags for the tournament of nothing but smallmouth, and it's never been seen before. I think it's just going to keep getting a little bit more each year. And, you know, on Lake Champlain, you're probably going to see a handful of guys targeting more largemouth, and you're going to see those kicker largemouth possibly play a big factor. But it should be, especially with the St. Lawrence River being the last tournament of the year, it should be very exciting, and a great way to cap off this 2024 Bassmaster Elite Series. So 2024 Bassmaster Elite Series, it's going to be incredible. Also, just keep in mind, if you guys or anyone you know is going to be anywhere near Toledo Bend, check out Buckeye Landing. I'll have their info in the description below. As always, you guys stay hooked. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Next week, or possibly the week after, we'll be looking into the Bass Pro Tour tournament for 2024, and then looking at a comparison between the two. So look forward to that, and some more content coming up. I've got a bunch of stuff I need to edit, and I'll have that out soon to you guys. So yeah, appreciate you guys. Stay hooked, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.